Hey, what's up? And welcome back to the Multiverse of 100 plus data science project series. And in this video, I am going to discuss about the end-to-end product search engine using Python and machine learning. Also, at the end, you're going to creating here one interactive web interface using Python as well. So for creating here the product search engine, we are going to collect the dataset from the Kaggle. That's called the Amazon product sale dataset. Just go on here and create an account on the Kaggles. And if I go down, you can see inside this data export sections, we have several types of dataset. So you can choose any of them. So I'm going to choosing here the all electronics, and I'm simply going to click here to download the file from here. Well, so you download the dataset from the Kaggle. So now it's time to make your hand dirty and go on the Jupyter notebook. Well, so first thing first, I'm going to loading here important library. And after that, I'm going to load the dataset from my working directory. So let's import here pandas spd. So pandas is help us to load the dataset from a working directory as well as the visualizations. Then I'm going to importing here the numpy as np. Then after that, I'm going to importing here the port streamer from the analytical library, which one is nothing but a natural language processing based library. As you are going to creating here on product search engines. So, and the data set is nothing but in the form of textual data. So that's why you're going to using here the analytical library. So let's say from nltk, okay, dot stream dot porter, okay, and you're going to importing here the porter streamer, okay, porter streamer steamer. Fine. Then also we're going to importing here the count vectorizers because we need to vectorize our data, I mean our textual data, in order to using here the machine learning algorithms. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to using here from sklearn dot feature extraction, and from text we're going to importing here the count vectorizer. So let's say count vectorizer. Okay, that's it. And also we are going to importing here the cosine similarity because in kind of search engine we are not generally using the machine learning algorithm. Yeah, you can also using the machine learning algorithm just like the knn, okay, or you can also using the lstm for making this kind of search engine. But in this case I'm going to using here the cosine similarity. Okay, so I'm going to also import it here. Let's say from sklearn dot matrix, okay, dot matrix, okay, dot pairwise, okay, pairwise, and I'm going to importing here the cosine similarity. Okay, you can also go on the Google and search on that what is actually cosine similarity. Cosine similarity is nothing but distance between the two data pointed, and if it is a the number of difference is less, I mean the distance is less, then you're going to say that this is nothing but the similar kinds of product. Okay, and also you're going to importing here system if it is needed. I don't think it is needed right now. Yeah, we can also importing here the decal. Okay, so pickle why? Because we're going to making here one web applications. So for that, we're also saving our model file in a pickle format. Okay, so shift enter and see we got any error or not. Okay, so we got some warning. It's called warning because of I am using here Python 3.8.5. Okay, and some library is up to date. Yeah, you can also upgrade your library. Okay, we got one actually error. So vectorizers, I think uh, this is spelling is called sorry wrong vector. Okay, vectorizer. Okay, now shift enter again, and now you can see here it imported. Okay, human error, it can be happening. Okay, now what can I do? I am simply going to load in the dataset from a directory. So if I see this our directory, it having one csv file and as well as one zip file. So this zip file I'm extracting. After that I got here this csv file. So you can see I just add here one underscore called all underscore electronics.csv file. So in this file we're having all of the electronics types of product. Okay, so you can use any kind of dataset from the Amazon sale datasets. You can do on that. So I'm just going to using these ones. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to using a pd.read underscore csv because this is the csv file. So csv means the full from the csv is nothing but called a comma separated value. I mean all the value are separated with comma. So pandas, what it will do, pandas is actually creating this comma separated value into one data frame. So let's say all, okay, all electronics, okay, electronics, like that, electronics, Okay, no, tronics. Okay, like that. Electronics dot csv. Okay, so let's assign it a variable. You can make it data or you can make it electronics, whatever. So let's make it electronics. Tronics. Okay, that's it. Okay, and our data set is loaded. So if you want to check in this out, just going to copy this over electronics dot head. Okay, then you can see how the data set actually look like. Okay, so it having the name, it having the main category, it has a subcategory, it having the images, it having the link. Okay, it can, it's better. Let's try to show here one of that. Okay, now you can, it's visible: name, main category, subcategory, image, I mean image link. Then you have the link of the product, how you can buy. So this is from the Amazon's. Okay, then we have the rating, we have the number of rating, the discount price, the actual price. Okay, fine. So now let's try to checking here, is there any duplicate value or not. You can also add in here one display max column with a method. So I mean, so that you can show that how many types of data you are going to show that on your data set. Okay, on your programs. So you can use this technique to showing your data frame as well. So if you want to add it out, you can add here from the pandas. Let's say pd dot set option. Okay, set options. You could display it. Okay, so let's say display. Okay, display dot max. Okay, underscore column width. Okay, okay, you can use it here, and let's make it none. Okay, so you can see pd dot set columns. Okay, display dot max column width dot none. Okay, is there a null value or something else is blank, it will removing this one. Okay, simple. Now what I can do, we're simply going to checking that is there any duplicate value or not in our data set. But before that, let's try to checking here the describe, or let's say information regarding my data. Okay, let's say info. See, all of the data set is nothing but in the object format. So we don't need to know that, because all of the data in the from the textual data. Objects, object, object, object. No numerical data. Even if you go on the rating, is also in a object types of data. I mean, not a numerical data, it's string data. Okay. So let's checking for the duplicate, because in types of string types of data set, we have some duplicate value. So let's try to checking this one better. So let's say duplicated dot sum. Let's see, is there any duplicate value or not. You can see don't have any duplicate value in our data set. If I try to checking that, is there a null value or not. So let's say is null. Okay, you can say like this null dot sum. You can see here it having some non value in the rating, in the non-rating, in the discount price, and as well as the actual price. I mean, it having some null value. So if I make it null, as well as the same thing, you can see here some nan value in our data set. So now the question is, sir, we have the nan value in the rating, number of rating, a discount price, and actual price. So we should need to replace the data or not. See, this is nothing but one product search engine. The product search engines. So in types of cases, what we need the product and as well as the descriptions. That's it. We don't need anything else. We don't need the rating. We don't need the timestamp. We don't need the discount prices or the actual prices. If you are making this, I mean, if you're want to making this product something using the collaborative filtering, yeah, rating is needed here, because you need to creating here one user rating tables. How are you going to uh, collecting all of the ratings, and after that creating here one recommendation method or recommendation engine, whatever else. Okay, because you can using the cosine similarity, so it's not needed. So you can go for the name and the descriptions of our data. Let's say it's a mobile phone, uh, it's having this kind of RAM, this kind of storage, this kind of Wi-Fi version you actually use it, this kind of description is needed. Okay, so now what you can do, checking for the duplicate value, we don't have any duplicate value in our data set. So now what I can do, see in our data set, if I go and just checking deeply, you can see Redmi 10 power black 8 GB RAM. See some lowercase letter, some uppercase letter. So what I can do, uh, we're simply going to convert them into the lowercase letter, all of the things lowercase letter. So what I can do, you can say the electronics, and let's creating here another column. Let's call the keyword. Okay, keywords. And after that, what I can do, I'm going to go on my name, on my electronics name, and after that I'm going to using here str dot lower. So now if I try to checking this one, electronics dot hat, okay, then you can see here uh, it's getting here one extra column called keyword. If I see just to white, you can see it creating her extra column that's called the hashtag keywords. And you can see Redmi 10 power 8 GB RAM, 12 GB, sorry, 128 GB storage. Okay, say how it will actually convert in this keyword. Okay, so electronics name steer dot lower. Fine. Now we having all of the keywords, so we can also check in this like this way. We can copy this out and we can paste it here. Okay, and you can see here how it will look like keyword. Okay, all of the things actually stored. Okay, well, so now what I can do, we're gonna checking for another column called the main category. So we can also do this like way dot columns. See how many columns are available on here. Okay, so let's taking some shell as well, electronics, and from electronics let's checking for the main category. Okay, just main category. So you can see TV, audio, and cameras. So let's checking for the value counts. Okay, value counts. Okay, you can see here TV, audio, and cameras. It having 9600. I mean this kind of row and the column are available. So let's checking for the subcategory as well. So you can pass it here, and this is subcategory. So subcategory, and we need to printing it here. So let's say try to print it here. Just print it here. Let's print it here. Okay, just checking for the category one. See, we have the in the main category we have the TV, audio, and the cameras, and from the subcategory we have all of the electronics. So it's not needed because we know all the product is nothing but the electronics types of product. Yeah, we know that. So what I can do, we simply going to remove them. We can simply going to drop them from the dataset. Yeah, you can do that because it's not needed. So you can drop them from our dataset. So let's say drop it. Okay, drop it from my dataset. So which one, main category, and as well as the subcategory. So you can copy this subcategory. Well, and after that we can giving here the axis equal to 1 and in place equal to true, so that it not affect on our data set. Okay, थोड़ा mistake. Okay, caps lock unkatta ho t de diya, khatam. Okay, and electronics dot drop, and if you wanted to check in this one, this electronics, then you can see this one, it dropping this subcategory and the main category from a data set. Okay, so that's when we have the electronics products. All of the products is nothing but electronics. Yeah, so now what I can do, we also going to replacing some of the regular expression from our data. See, in our data set, see it having some first bracket or comma, okay, or spaces or any kind of thing. We can replace them. Okay, we can replace them because it's not needed. It's not needed for the data preprocessing part. So let's try to do the keyword text preprocessing. It's called the text preprocessing. We're going to apply it in the keyword because we already stacked it, and as well as we make it lower its data. So what I can do, we can let's taking some shell as well. So we can let's say electronics, and from the keywords, so hashtag keywords, keywords, and we are gonna replacing it. So let's say hashtag keywords. Okay, keywords, and from this string we're going to replacing it with the blank space. Okay, which one you're going to replacing? We are going to replacing our regular expression. So let's say rejects equal to true. Okay, now replacing with which one? Replacing with which one? Okay, with the regular expression. Now we need to giving here code. So it should be the 1 2 3 4 5 6, and higher you need to giving the code. Okay, so let's say from tube sign to W to D to S. Okay, those are the things we need to replacing them. Okay, so we need to also giving it here one sign. Okay, the w, so tube sign is not here. uh, Here you go. WDS, this is nothing but for removing all of the special character, a special bracket like that. So see, if I want to jacking this one, so let's say just jacking this one, copy and paste it here, and you can see it actually removing all of the comma or the bracket. It's called the regular expression. Is removing all of things. It's called the text preprocessing, right? Yeah, we're removing all of the things. Now you can see Redmi 10 power black, 8 GB RAM, 128 GB storage, OnePlus Nord CE2 Lite 5G Blue, then Samsung Galaxy M33 MG. This one OnePlus Bullets Jet 2 Bluetooth wireless. Okay, yeah, it actually doing this ones. Now see when actually importing here all of the necessary library, we import here the Porta streamer. Now let's try to import it here. Okay, so let's say what you're gonna do, let's say porter steamer, porter steamer. Okay, just creating one instance of that. Okay, so let's say making it call steamer. Okay, just creating one instance of the porter steamer. Now let's creating here one method for his streaming. So let's def and steaming. Let's try to making it out, then you can understand why we're using this streaming and why streaming actually do. I mean what stream actually do. So let's say for word in text dot split, we're going to split it based on my spaces, because you can see it having some spaces. Based on the spaces, we are going to replace it. Well, so and after that we're going to append it inside a list. Let's say words, let's create a list, and after that we're going to making it words dot append, and after that we can using here is streamer dot steam, and after that we're going to passing here the word. Okay, then simply I am going to return here the blank space with join of my data. So let's say words. Okay, so that's the streaming. Now let's see what actually streaming do. So for that, let's taking our text. Okay, collecting one interesting text. Okay, so let's say dancer dancing in the dance floor. Okay, dance floor, while dancing he fell and fell on the floor, and dancers, okay, and dancer dance is tough. Okay, I'm not a good dancer as well. Okay, that's a text that I would actually test it out. Okay, so let's try to call here my steaming. Hey, steaming, and passing here the text. Okay, now you can see what actually happened here. We said dancer dancing in the dance floor. It should be the while dancing he fall on the floor, and dancer dance he stopped. So in our data we have dancer. Okay, see dancer. Okay, dancer like that. Is it okay? Yeah, dancer. So what it actually do, it convert them into dancer as well. Okay, then after that you can see this dancing is converted into dance. Then after that you can see in the dance floor, see same dance is converted to dance. So if I say this one, uh, yeah, this one's dance. मेरे पढ़ाने का तरीका ऐसा है भाई. So then while dancing, you see dancing is dance, he fall in the floor, and dancer, okay, dancer is converted to dancer. See, it removing this s from here. Okay, and see stop is making it stop. So that's mean those are the things. Now, sir, why this kind of stemming you need to do? Why this kind of stemming you need to do? See, this dancer, dancing, this dancing, dancers, all of the word are mostly same. All of the most word are mostly same. See, that's mean there are so many types of similar types of word, the same meaning. So if you're trying to making this kind of using this kind of data for building the machine learning model or using the cosine similarity, it will really taking much more amount of memory. It will take in the memory. Yeah. And also it will take in time to training our model, for checking the cosine similarity, for calculating the distance, because all of the word are mostly same. So that's why you can using here the steaming. Steaming, that means it will take in just one word from here. Say for the dancer, it will make it dancer. Well, this dancing converted to the dance, this dance always converted to the dance, this dancing also dance. Because this word are same. So you say stopping or stopped, both are the same. So it's better we can take into one word. So that's why you can using here this steaming. We're going to using here this steaming. So let's making it RB. Okay, whatever. Okay, or you can also using it here the heading or the code or the markdown. So let's make it markdown. Yeah, markdown में तो थोड़ा problem हो गया. ये अच्छा है. Okay, fine. Okay, denser streaming. Okay, that's how this is how the stream actually works. Now what you can do is simply going to apply it in our whole data set. So for that, let's copy this out, electronics. Okay, applying in the keywords. So let's copy this one, the full things. Okay, then apply, you can apply it. Which method? We're going to applying here the steaming method. That's it, fine. Now, yeah, it will take in time because it will, yeah, it's not taking time. Yeah, it will really fine. It will working really fine. Say, let me 10, power, blah, black, and edge with them. 1 plus not, C, this one. Okay. Okay, yeah, it is applying inside and we can see sometimes. Okay. Yeah, it will remove all of the duplicate types of value in our data set. Okay, so now what I can do, we simply going to pass this data inside the vector so that you can pass it as well as the cosine similarity. And you can see we already imported here this count vectorizers. Okay, so now what I can do, we are simply going to using the count vectorizer. So let's make it here count vectorizer. Okay, count vectorizers, and let's giving the max number of features. So max number of features is nothing but the 5,000, and as well as giving him the stop words. Stop words. Okay, so a step word is nothing but, let's make in English. Okay, and after that, let's giving here the data types. I mean my data types, what kind of data type should be here. So it should be the np.uint8. Okay, unsigned integer 8-bit. Cool. So that's my count vectorizers. So let's making it here count vectorizers. We initialize it here. So let's using here cb.fit, and we are going to using here our keyword. Okay, this keyword. So simply going to paste it here, and you can see that it is a count vector that is initialized. It will fit it in our data. But before, I mean after fit it, we need to also transform our data set. I mean transform our data. So we're going to using a cb.transform, and we're going to pass here the same data set. And after that, what I can do, after transforming, we need to also convert them into the array so that we can pass it inside the similarity, right? So that's our vector. That's our vector. Okay. So if you're only checking the shape of the vectors, let's say print, or you can using here the vectors, because this is the Jupyter notebook. Okay. So you can see how the vector look like if you want to print it here, and it will show you the shape of this. Okay. Not shape. Okay, we can. Why I'm printing here, right? Okay, fine. Say how the shape is look like. It having the 9600 rows and 5,000 columns. So this is after the transforming our data in terms of vector. Okay. Now what I can do is simply going to removing here. We are removing here all of the important, all of the duplicate value. I mean, and after that we do the count streaming, and after that we do the count vectorizers. So now what I can do, we simply going to pass in this data inside the cosine similarity so that it can calculate the distance between two data point. It easily calculate. So it having the 9600 and thousands as column is nothing but the features. So now what I can do, we're simply going to passing it inside the cosine similarity. So let's say cosine similarity, and after that we can pass it inside the passing this vector. Okay, now let's try to making it call similarity because it's needed. Okay, and let's make it out. Yeah, it will take in time because it will calculate the distance um, for each of the data point. Yeah, it obviously taking time. Taking time means 10 to 12 seconds. Yeah, it's fine, it's working. Now see, uh, uh-huh. Okay, fine. Now I can removing this vector for releasing the memory. If you want to do that, you can do that like this way. It's a delete vector, vector, because it's not needed right now. We can release the memory from here if you want to consider about the memory. It will removing this vector from our kernel. Okay, release the memory. As well as you can drop in this keyword because this keyword is not needed right now. Because it obviously is transformed and as well as save it inside the similarity method. I'm sorry, similarity variables. Okay. So you can also remove them. We can also remove them. So let's try to copy this one, copy this one, and we can drop it out. So let's making it call drop. And we have the axis equal to 1. Then after that we have the in place equal to true. Now the question is, sir, yeah, we fine, we removing this vector for releasing the memory. So why this keyword? Why this keyword? Is it necessary? No, it's not necessary. Because when you're creating here the web applications, our similarity and the name is important. Not this name, the actual name in our dataset. This actual name is necessary. This name is necessary. So in this dataset, we just needed this one. Which one? We just needed the name and the images so that we can show the images on here. Rating the or the actual price, discount price, the keyword is not needed. Okay, it's not needed. Yeah. So now what you can do? We calculate the similarity. Now, if you are checking the similarity shape, okay, checking the shape of the similarity, and let's checking the shape. Now you can see shape of the similarity is same. I mean, जो column है, जितना column है, इतना भी row है. Same row and the same column. Now we can apply here in a 2D matrix. A 2D matrix. Okay, in a 2D matrix and calculate the distance of the each of the data point. Okay, so let's try to check in the first one. So let's say similarity the 0. So this is the data point. This is the data point. Now we can calculate of the each of the data point to the each of the distance, and we can check that yeah, this product is similar to this product. Okay, and this is how our search engine actually work. Okay, our product search engine actually work. Now what I can do is simply going to creating here our search engine method, or you can say the recommendation algorithms or recommendation method. So what I can do now, we are gonna creating here one functions. Okay, so let's say call def recommender. Okay, so it will taking one product. Okay, now what I can do, let's make it pass now. Why? See, when you are creating here this recommender method, it is also checking that the product is coming here. Is it available in our dataset or not? Is it available in our dataset or not? If you give it manually, it also checking this one. So how can I check this one? So we can check in this one like this way. Let's say we having on product. We having on product. Okay. So what I can do? Let's try to making it for electronics dot head. Okay, that's our data. So let's taking the first one. Okay, let's say taking the first one. Okay, we can't access here. We can't access here. So what I can do? We can taking it from the name. Okay, sorry. We can taking it from the name. Okay, and let's taking some sample. Let's taking here 10 sample for testing purpose. So let's making it random state equal to 5. Okay, those are the product. Just taking this name. So what I can do? Let's taking this one. Okay, let's taking this one. Okay, product. So this is my product. Okay, this is my product. 2.5 in C, and it's not needed. So let's taking this one. Yeah, let's taking this one. This is the product. Now you're gonna check in this. Is product it available in your data set or not? Okay, if it's available, then we can apply it. We can apply the recommendations. Okay, समझ में आ रहा है? समझ में आ रहा है? Okay, let's say electronics. Then after that, you're going to go inside the same thing called electronics. And from the electronics, if the name is available, to the product, then it can reply. Yeah, it's available. It's called Laba A1 Candy Blue Number Ticker Smart AI Battery. This one. I mean, it is available. It's available. If I removing this one, let's say just removing this one, you can see it's not available now. It's not available now. That's mean when you are selecting a product, it should be available in your data set. It should be available in your data set that you can do the recommendations. So let's say now what you can do, or you can say that we can checking it from our here. So you can copy this one. We can copy this one. So let's taking some shell as well. Okay. So let's taking this one. Okay. If it is product, then we're going to take in the index. We're going to take in the index number. So it's nothing but a product index. That's product index. Okay, now what I can do, we're simply going to pass in this inside our similarity. So let's similarity, and inside the similarity, we're going to pass in here my product index. Okay, and now we can enumerate it all of the similarities, because see, if I see, this similarity is nothing but one array. So we can simply go into enumerate it. List enumerate. Okay, and you can simply go to enumerate it. So enumerate, and after that, let's combine into inside the list, because you need to also convert them into the list. The index number, which index number is actually um, uh, connected with this ones. Okay, and that's our similarity list. So we can say the similarity list. Okay, similarity list. That's it. Now let's try to taking the top 10 product from our data set. So what I can do, you can using here the similarity list. From the similarity list, we can taking these ones. Okay, and what I can do, we can simply going to shorting this one. Let's say key equal to lambda. Okay, lambda. So we can shorten it out. So let's try to shorting this one. So let's try to short it, because we have the similarity list. We can shorting this one. Let's just short it. So let's say x into x1. Okay, and try to making it reverse equal to true. And let's taking here the first 1 to 6, 5 product or 10 product. So let's making 11. Okay, so let's making it top 10 similar product. Okay, and now what I can do, we simply gonna to do it. So let's say for from the top 10 similarity product, so we have the index. So let's make it idx, and as well as the similarity. So similar, let's making it similar in top 10. Okay, it's called, let's say similarly. Okay, just making it some changes. Then after that, you can display it, or you can print it out. We can using here print, and we can using it from the iloc method. We're going to using here iloc method. So let's say electronics.idx. Okay, my index number, and after that, you can giving here my name. Okay, let's checking this one now, and now let's try to giving here one name. So this recommender. Okay, and after that, we can giving here this product name. So let's try to, you can pass it here, otherwise let's copy this out. Okay, let's copy this out and try to pass it here, this one, and see what kind of error we got. Okay, 3343. So why this error? If I try to check in this one, let's try to printing here the idx. Is there any error? uh, and checking this one, it's called 3343. Expression directly because of this is not available or not. It's not available. 3343 index number is not available. Let's making it first one. So let's check this one. Keyword one is not. Oh shit. Yeah, it's error because we don't using the lock functions. Because we need to go on the locations, then we can get it. Okay. Okay, now you can see this kind of recommendation we got: blue, silver. We're giving the candy blue. We got here the black gold, the blue silver, the gold, the charcoal gray, the aqua blue, the blue gold. This is nothing but for recommendations. Okay, see how it actually works. Cool, really cool. Okay, now what I can do now, so we're simply going to save it here, our similarity file as well as my data set. So yeah, we already importing here pickle, right? If I go on here and see, yeah, we imported the pickle. So what I can do is simply gonna dump it. So let's say pickle, the dump, and after that you can pass in here similarity. Okay, similarity, and we're making it open, and after that we can pass in here similarity dot pickle file, and in the form of wb. So let's make it wb. So it will be store it inside my directory, right? Inside my directory, it will save it out. Now what I can do, we need to also saving here the last one is nothing but the product name. Okay, so let's try to, okay, let's try to first checking this one, save it or not. Yeah, it's save it. You can see here the similarity pickle file. Okay, let's try to also dump here pickle dot dump as well as my data set. So my data set is nothing but from electronics, and let's making it open, and let's making it called data dot pickle file, and in the form of wb. Let's be wb. Okay, now let's check in this ones. You can see data dot pickle file. Okay, now that is done on here. So now we're going to using here this pickle file, similarity.pickle file, and as well as the data.pickle file for creating here and web applications. Okay, using the Streamlit. Okay, you're kind of using the Streamlit. You can also using the Flux, because I do so many projects using Flux. It's your task, it's your homework to do this using Flux as well. So I want to do it using the Streamlit. Okay, now let's try to go on the VS Code and try to do the Streamlit code. Okay, so let's go on here. Well, so now it's time to creating here the web applications using the Streamlit library. So let's go on here and creating here a Python file. Let's call app.py. So first thing first, I'm going to importing here the library called the Streamlit. So let's say import Streamlit as st. Then after that, I'm going to loading here pandas. So let's say import pandas as pd, and as well as I'm going to import here the numpy as np, and also I'm going to importing here the pickle file, pickle module, because we need to load here our pickle file. That's called data.pickle file, which one is nothing but one data frame, and this similarity.pickle file, which one having the similarity score for each of the data point. Okay, so now for that we're going to using here the pickle for loading this one. So let's say pickle.load, and inside that I need to giving here the method called open method, and inside this method I need to giving here my file path. So let's say data.pickle file, and I need to giving here the mode, which mode. So it's a read mode, so let's call RB, read binary mode, and let's give into a variable. So let's say this is nothing but my data, it's called electronics. Okay, fine. Now as well the same thing, to also importing here our similarity. Okay, let's call similarity. Okay, so let's copy this out and I'm going to pass it here. Okay. Okay, so well, we have the data frame that's called the electronics, I mean my data set, and as well as my similarity. Now I am going to define here functions called recommendations. Okay, and which one taking one product. Okay, so we already building here this recommendation method in our IP1 file, I mean our Jupyter notebook file. But here are some changes I need to do that in this method. Yeah, this is the recommendation function. Yeah, I need to do some changes on this method. Okay, so let's go on here first. So first what I can do, we first checking that if the product is available on the data set or not. So what I can do, we can using here this electronics, and electronics, if it is equal to name of the product that user searching. Okay, user searching, and we take in the index number. Okay, index number, and save it inside a variable called electronics index, right? Or you can see the product index like that. Okay, let's say electronic index, fine. Now after that, after getting this product, we're going to pass it inside the similarity, right? Inside the similarity. Then what I'm going to do, we're going to giving here our electronic index, and this similarity score should be enumerated because this is nothing but one list of data. So we can enumerate it, and after that, after enumerations, we can convert them into one list so that we can show this data in terms of a list. Okay, so this is nothing but similarity list. Okay, then after that, what I can do, we simply going to shorten it, this similarity list. Okay, and we're going to giving here a key. Key is nothing but the lambda anonymous functions which are taking the first index, and based on the first index it will do the uh, uh, shorting. Okay, so here you go to lambda x dot x, and we're simply going to making here reverse equal to true, and we're going to take in the first 10. Okay, so 1 to 11, 1 to 11. Okay, why this error? This key equal not dot. Okay, okay, this is nothing but my top 10 similar product. Okay, well, then after that, what I can do is simply going to iterate to all the value from here. So it's from 1 to 11. It should be inside the list comprehension list, I mean cutting. Okay, then after that, what I can do is creating here one for loop. So let's say for idx, I mean my index number of the product, and after the similarity. Okay, let's say similarity. So let's make it similar because similarity is already available, right? Similar. Okay, then after that, what I can do, or you can say similarity score. Let's make a similarity score in top 10 similar product. Okay, so first one, you have the index, I mean idx, and the similarity score in top 10 similar product. Now see how you're going to passing this method inside one inside our Streamlit application. You need to return here name as well as the image name and as well as the image name. So what I can do now, we can getting here a list, empty list. Here we can add all of the product. Here we can add all of the product. So we can taking a dictionary, and we can making it, let's say this called product. It's called, let's say, product info. Okay, like that. And here we have the name. Here you have the name of the product, and as well as the image. Okay, as well as the image, so that we can show the image as well. Okay, so here we can take these images. So we're taking these images from the electronics, and you're going to using here the log functions, I mean log method, and after that you can giving here my index, so idx. Okay, this index, and after that you're taking it based on my name, I mean based on the product name, not my name actually. Okay, well, and now let's do the same thing, and after that it should be the image. And now let's getting here one empty list. Here you're going to save it, so call that's a similar product, like that. Okay, similar product, like that. empty list, and here we can append here our product informations. Okay, so we can append it, dot append the product information. So let's say product info, right? And now after that we simply going to return it, similar product. Okay, so that are changes in our recommendation functions. So now what I can do is simply going to creating our applications. So in our application, what I can do, you can add here our title. So let's give it here, let's say product search engine using Python. Well, fine. Now we need to take in the product name. So product name. So how you can take is, we'll take it from the select box. So let's select box, select slider, not select box, select box. And inside this box, what I can do, we can giving here text called select a product. Okay, so we're going to select, we're going to select it from the electronics, and which one based on my name. I mean, not my name, actual product name. Okay, so if the user after selecting the product, if the user taking this button, let's call search. Okay, search, and after that what we can do, we can calling the method called recommendations. Okay, this method, and after that you can getting here, giving here the product name. Okay, recommendations. Okay, so this is nothing but my search product, search product. If also one kind of recommendation, right? Then after that you can say that st.write, and you can giving here, let's say top 10 recommended product. Okay, so we can adding here product. Okay, for, okay, let's make it sound. It's a product name, product name, product name. Okay, let's give it the string. Okay, here we go, and now we're simply going to taking it, let's say for RSC in our recommendations, I mean our search product. So search product. Okay, in our search product, what we have in the recommendations, we have the name and as well as the images. So what I can do, you can using it here, first image, let's say st.image, and inside this image we're going to be using it from the rec, and from the rec we have the image. Okay, and we can giving here one width and height, let's giving here 180, let's say 150. Okay, and then we can save it, we can adding here text, so we can simply write it out, and we can writing out here, let's say product. So which product is nothing but rec, and inside of rec we have the name. Here you can the name. Okay, that's it. Okay, you can also bold it out. If you wanted to print it out, it will just like the plain text, so you can bold it out. How can we do that? You can edit here one if string, and after that you can using here a star. Okay, kitna star dena hai mujhe? 2 star, then 4 star, and I can cut this out. I cut this out and I can use it here. Okay, and you can see our code is ready. So you can save this out, and you can close this out. You can go on here, go to terminals, new terminals, and you can say streamlit run app.py. Well, and run it out, and it will open in this application in your local host, I mean local server. It's also called the local server 127 point like that. Okay, it's opening. Cool, and you can see localhost 8501. Let's go on the full screen mode. Okay, right now we're in the full screen mode, and it's running this one. Yeah, you can see product search engines using Pythons, and let's click on here search, and it will search in the product on my data set, I mean my database. Yeah, it will taking time, few times. Okay, you can see top recommended for Redmi 10 power black 8 GB RAM, and this is the product. You can see the black Redmi 10 power sporty orange, then Calibri green, this midnight black, the shadow black, the midnight black, power black, this galaxy. Okay, and you can see some of the images is not loaded. See, some of the images is not loaded, right? You can select, let's select another one. You can also search on that. Let's say Samsung. Okay, let's search this one. It's USB travel lightning adapter for cellular phones. It's black. So you can see here Samsung, this one, this charger, this charger, this charger. Okay, so some of the images is not loaded just because of URL. Okay, just because of URL. I hope so. This product is not available in the Amazons, so that's why it's not loaded. Yeah, yeah. We can also change this out. So let's paste here another code. Here you can also filter this out. If the product image is not loaded, that means it's not available. Without seeing the product, why we should buy the product from the Amazons or any of the website without seeing the product? Why? Just for name. So yeah, we can also filter this out. We can filter that. If the image is not loaded, yeah, we can skip them. We can skip them. So yeah. So let's try to go on the VS Code, and I'm trying to paste here one code on here. Well, so now let's go on here and creating here another file. Let's call test.py, and I'm going to close this one, and I'm going to go on here and paste here the code. Okay, this is the code, same code, just for handling the images which one is not loaded. So what I can do, we can simply go on here and go on the new terminal, and let's save it again, and let's say streamlit run test.py. Okay, this is the file. Same thing. Okay, just different. You can see name, images, similar product, all the things are available. Just which images is not loaded, we can simply remove these ones. Okay, so let's go on the full screen mode again. Here we go, and you can see, and just we add here one product in the slide bar. In the sections you can search. So let's click on search, and it will search in the product on the database, right? So you can see top recommendation for Redmi 10 power black 8 GB RAM, and you can see the images is loaded. Okay, images loaded. Those are the images, I mean those are the product is loaded. Okay, I mean some images is missing here. Okay, I think we're giving the recommendation for just 5. I think so. If I go on here and you can see, yeah, we just keep here the 6. Okay, let's give it 11, and let's go on here again and try to reload the application reader. Okay, so just to wait, product search engine is using Python. So let's select another product. So let's say Realme Narzo 50A Prime. Okay, let's go on, click on search and see what kind of product we got. Okay, flashback 4 GB RAM plus 64 GB storage, full high definitions plus display, 50 AI triple camera chargers. Okay, and you can see here this is the product. You can see Realme Narzo, Techno Spark, Realme Narzo 50. Okay, so those are the product. If I count that, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, I mean 3 product is missing here. I mean it's not loaded because of the images. Okay, so see how it will look like. Let's select another one. Yeah, you can also search on that. Let's say one plus. Okay, one plus this one 5Z, and click on search, and you can see this top recommendation for OnePlus Nord CE2 Lite 5Z Black Ducks 6 GB RAM. Okay, you can see here this OnePlus, OnePlus. Okay, 1 2 3 again 7 product is loaded here. Okay, so this is how our product search engine actually work, and that's all. Okay, so thanks for watching this full tutorial, and hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and make sure to subscribe to the channels, and don't forget to hit the bell icon, and I'll be back with the other tutorial. So tutorial, take care and bye bye.